Hi everyone, I'm Shannon and welcome to today's video. So I've got my Touring's Plan shirt on and I am back with another best and worst rooms video, and this is very exciting because this is for the Polynesian resort. So I've already done one for the villas that has been open since June 22nd of 2020, but the Polynesian resort has been going under a full refurbishment and it is set to open sometime in summer 2021. We don't have an exact date yet. Hopefully that will be coming soon. I think originally it said July, but I looked on the website to find any dates in August. I couldn't find any, so I don't know, but I would bet money, not a lot, but I would bet money it will be open by October 1st, by October 1st, 2021, because it opened on October 1st, 1971. So it is coming up with its 50th anniversary along with Walt Disney World as a whole and Magic Kingdom. So I believe that is why it's going through this major refurbishment. I mean, they have totally taken down the monorail station. So I actually have a short that when we went on the monorail, you kind of see it's been completely demolished. So that was back in March. So I'm assuming that it has gone through some sort of changes since then. But the rooms look amazing. They're going through a Moana themed, I think they're very modern. The pictures that they have released are absolutely stunning. So I cannot wait to see what these rooms look like. So with that, let's go ahead and get started and look at the different room categories. Okay, so we're going to start with the standard view, and these are views of the garden, monorail, or parking area. And again, one of the things that I noticed with the Polynesian, like other resorts, it does not have a category to book a one king bed. So if you do want a single king bed instead of two queens, sometimes Touring Plans has that information, sometimes they don't. Obviously, I think this information may be outdated, so I think if you really want a king bed, request it, but know that the location may not be where you want, so you have to kind of decide what's more important, having that one king bed or having two queen beds in the location you want. I mean, personally for us, we would prefer having one king bed because we would just bring the, a blow up, pull out for our son, and it would give us more room in the actual room itself. But that's just us. So everybody has to make their own decisions. But they do not have a category bookable for one king bed. That's my point. Next up is the pool or marina view. And this is views of pool or marina, obviously. And this one, it just says two queen beds and one day bed. So it doesn't seem like there's any king beds in this category. Both of them sleep up to 5 adults. Actually, all of these sleep up to 5 adults. Then there is the Lagoon View, views of Seven Seas Lagoon. And again, there's no kings in this one. It's just two queen beds and a day bed. The theme park view, it has views of Magic Kingdom and Seven Seas Lagoon. And again, two queen beds and one day bed. And so the only one in this category, in the regular room category, that seems to have a king bed is the standard view. So keep that in mind. Now we're moving on to the one bedroom suite, and this has views of the marina and has two queen beds and a one day bed, sleeps up to 5 adults. Then there is the Ambassador Vice Presidential Suite, views of the garden, 2 queen beds and a king bed, and 1 queen size sleeper sofa, sleeps up to 8 adults. And then there is, I'm going to butcher this name, it is the King Kamehameha Suite. It is views of Cinderella Castle and the marina, and it has 2 queen beds, 1 king bed, and 1 queen size sleeper sofa, and it sleeps up to 8 adults. So I know I butchered that name. I would just, let's call it the King Suite. And then they have the rooms and suites with club level service. So there is the Garden View club level, views of garden or quiet pool. And actually, I'm looking at all of these. The next 3 do only have 2 queen beds and a day bed. There's no options for a king bed. So this is Garden View club level. Then there's the Lagoon View club level, views of the lagoon. And then there is the Theme Park View club level, views of Magic Kingdom and Seven Seas Lagoon. And then there is the Honeymoon room club level. And this has views of the marina, and it has 1 king bed, and it sleeps up to 2 adults. And then we have, and there was no pictures for that, so I don't know if that's a new category or not. That's going to be interesting. There were no pictures on the website yet. Then we have, let's see, actually that's it. That's all the rooms. Those are the club level rooms. So those are all the different rooms categories that you can book at the Disney's Polynesian Resort. Now let's go over to the Touring Plans website and take a look at which are the best and worst rooms at Disney's Polynesian Resort.
So as always, we're going to start on touringplans.com's page dedicated to the resort, and this is Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. I think it's now just called Polynesian Resort. And as you can see here, the hotel is currently closed, but it's scheduled to reopen in late July 2021. A date has not been released, but this will give you a complete overview of everything regarding the resort. You can see Trader Sam's, some pictures here. This will be what the lobby looks like. They also have some videos on the Touring Plans YouTube channel, which I will link below. And here's some pictures. Now, there are some new rooms. The resort is giving a full renovation, and it's going to be Moana themed rooms. So the rooms are not going to look like this. There are some pictures, and I will try and insert them in a little bit. But this gives you an idea of the rooms and all the information regarding all the different restaurants and different amenities at Disney's Polynesian Resort. So I did want to show you some pictures of the new rooms, and this is from Disney Parks blog. It's a post from March 5th, 2021, and it's the new room reveal. It says, first look, step inside a reimagined room from Disney's Polynesian Village Resort at Walt Disney World. And as you can see, the rooms are beautiful. I love the detail on the wall with Maui and Moana, and a picture of Moana on the wall. Beautiful bathroom. This is Ceremonial House, and they tore down the monorail station. They're completely rebuilding it. So I have a short of what it looked like back in March, but here is a video. And as you can see, this is the room tour. I love that it's just so light and airy, and there's the day bed. I just love the color scheme. And there you have Maui, picture of Moana. Hey, hey, lot of love, hey, hey. And the bathroom is just so gorgeous. And there's a cast member. And there's the balcony. Just really, really gorgeous room. I think whoever designed it did a really great job. So head over to Disney Parks blog to see that. And that's also on the Disney Parks TikTok. So here we have the resort map for Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, and we'll just do a quick overview. I do have a separate, if you're looking for Polynesian villas, I do have a separate video for that. I'll post a card right here if you want to see that one. So we're just going to be going over the hotel portion today in this video. So obviously here is where the parking, there is also a parking lot here, but that is mainly for the DVC buildings. The parking is also here. Obviously you have, this is where I believe that's where the monorail is, and that's where the monorail station is. This is the Great Ceremonial House. This is where Ohana is. Kona Cafe, Captain Cook's is right around here. Trader Sam's is right around here, I believe. So that's where all the restaurants are, all over here in this building. Pretty much everything is central to this building here. The Takalau, Morea, and Pago Pago, those three are the DVC buildings. So those are the three we're not going to be covering today. And you'll see over here, this is where the Transportation and Ticket Center is, or otherwise known as the TTC. This is where you can catch the ferry, the express monorail that goes direct, or you can also catch buses to any of the resorts. And then obviously here is the bus station specifically for Polynesian. Now the marina for the Polynesian is right here, and the marina does share, the boat does share with Grand Floridian. I believe this goes straight to Magic Kingdom from the Polynesian, but from Magic Kingdom it will go to the Grand Floridian and then to Polynesian. So it's basically a little triangle here. Here is the marina here. So if you want to rent boats, so sometimes you can rent boats on Bay Lake, or if you do a private fireworks cruise, which we did. I'll post a link below as well, or a card right here. If you're interested, it leaves out of this marina. That was fantastic. So once fireworks return, definitely something you might want to consider. You can rent a boat and it'll take you out. It's a great time. I think the boats can fit up to 8 or 10 people. There's different size boats, and it's just an amazing experience. So it's a lot of fun. You get a captain, just a really great time. So this is the main pool. So there's a splash pad over here on this side, and this is the main pool. That's where there's a slide. There's a lot of sand area here. Obviously, a lot of the beach area is blocked by the bungalows, but it's still a really nice view. And this is, I believe it's called the Oasis pool. This is what is considered the quiet pool. So it's between one of the DVC buildings as well as the other buildings. And this building right here is going to have easy access to both pools. So that is it. That is a general overview of the Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. You will see also this walkway will walk you to the Grand Floridian. There is not a gym on site or a fitness center on site for Polynesian. Basically, Polynesian guests have access to the gym at Grand Floridian. It's kind of in between, but it is closer to the Grand Floridian, so you can walk. I actually have run this walkway. And if you wanted to walk to Magic Kingdom, you absolutely could, because now the walkway from Grand Floridian is now open. So it's probably a long walk, because I know it's about a mile from the Grand Floridian. So it's probably a nice walk from the Polynesian, but you absolutely could walk if you wanted to. I don't think I'd want to, because you're going to walk enough in the park, but there you go. But that's it. That is the overview of Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. Okay, so we're going to start with the standard view category. So just like many of the other deluxe resorts, there is not a special category for king bed. So some of the rooms do offer 2 queen beds or 1 king bed and then a day bed. So Touring Plans does have it broken down with both, but you cannot book a king bed category. So I'm going to be going over both just so you can have an idea. But just remember that if you are requesting a king bed, that it is not guaranteed. It's not a bookable category. Also, one thing to note is that Touring Plans at this moment that I'm recording this has it listed as Garden View. Garden View is considered standard view right now. I think that they probably changed some of the views with the refurbishment. So just keep in mind that if you don't see standard and that's what you book, it's most likely Garden View. So that's what we're going to start with. It's just going to be standard view, 2 queen beds and show matching rooms. And you can see it's these 5 buildings here. So I'm going to show you what I would consider the worst. Now, first of all, if you're staying at the Polynesian, there are no bad rooms. You're staying at the Polynesian, it's just an amazing resort. So I'm going to say worst as far as worst location, and it's just more out of convenience. So the one I would say worst in this category is going to be, and I'm going to butcher these names, Tuvalu. And that is because it's just so far from everything. So here is a ceremonial house. And if you want to go to the Marina, let's say you want to take the Marina to Magic Kingdom, you have to walk all the way around the Marina to get to the boat. To get to the monorail, you have to walk all of this. Not that far, and if you want to go to the TTC, you got to walk all the way over here. The bus is far. So it's just not a good location in this category. So this would be the building that I would request least. Obviously not a bad view. You're right on the Marina. This is going to be the first floor. So first floor is going to give you a lot of foliage. That's going to happen in all the buildings. But let's go up to the 3rd floor and see if we can see better. That's a little blurry, but obviously you can see a picture of the Marina from your balcony. So it's actually not a bad view. If you are someone that really cares about the view and you book this standard category, this might be a room for you. Personally, I would not like it because of the location. This person this is a corner room. You can look around the corner and see the castle. Not the best view of the castle, but a nice perk for a garden view room. So again, this would be something that I would say I would not recommend in this building just because of the location. It's so far. But if you are someone who's going to spend a lot of time on the room, then maybe that would be for you. Same thing goes for Fiji. Now Fiji is a little bit better. So obviously this is the marina right here. So this is facing the opposite direction. This building wouldn't be so bad because it's on the end and nice view from here. Now this person put the drums from the luau are audible periodically throughout the evening until the second luau ends around 10 p.m. This was not a consideration for my family, but maybe for those with small children who would be in bed earlier. Otherwise, this room is perfect. So they actually really like this room. This is 1301. Obviously, the luau is not happening right now. We don't know if it'll return. So that location right there, because that room was right here, it's actually not as bad because it's right here. So it'd be a very good location. But I, again, would not request Fiji because you could end up on the other end of the building. So again, those are the two buildings I would not recommend. I'm going to probably butcher that name. That is probably incorrect. Now this building is mostly standard. And now these rooms right here, let's go up to the third floor, are going to give you a partial marina view. So if you did want a partial marina view and some water view at the standard price, this would be a good location to book. And it's actually a little bit more convenient because it is the ceremonial house is right here. Obviously, these are going to give you views of the monorail and the parking lot, but not a bad view. I mean, some people really love watching the monorail go by. I know my son always loves it. So that's not a bad view. It's not a bad view again, but still not where I would prefer being. The two buildings that I would recommend in this category are going to be Niu and Rarotonga, and I totally know I butchered those names. The building that I would probably is Niu is this one right here, the small one. And if you look at this room right here, I'll show you why. This is a ground floor. That is not, but so obviously you can see I have a nice little patio. And there's Pineapple Lanai. You can literally walk out your door and go get a Dole Whip. I mean, how awesome is that? The entrance to the Grand Ceremonial House is right around here. You have just easy access. Captain Cook's is right there. Now this is the pool, so that's the splash pad, very, very close to the pool. Now this area could get a little loud when they have activities during the day. So if you have little ones that nap, this might not be a good area. But for me, for my family, this would be absolutely perfect. I mean, you're so close to the pool. Just incredible. So this would be the building that I would absolutely recommend. Let's go up to this. Now it's only 2 floors, so there's really not that many rooms. I really wouldn't prefer, obviously we love being on the ground floor. It's such a small building that I would just say I want to be in this building on the ground floor. I really wouldn't care so much about location, but here you can see just really, really central location. So let's take a look at the other side. And the other side, you're going to have a view of that's the Oasis pool right there. So this is obviously from the ground floor, but that's the Oasis pool. So you actually have your close proximity to both pools. And let's go back to the map. So just really central, right, great ceremonial house here. You've got the main pool here, quiet pool here, close to the marina, close to the monorail, pretty close to the bus stop. I mean, I just don't think you can get better than that. As a second choice, I would say Rarotonga is a second choice. This might be a good building if you have a car, because you'd be very close. And if you can hear my son yelling in the back, I am sorry. So here you can see this would be very closer to the parking lot. Obviously, this person put, this is a super convenient room with quick access to the Grand Ceremonial House, parking lot, and bus stop. Despite being near the exit and the walkway, we didn't notice much noise. The foliage out back provides a lot of privacy from both the walkway and parking lot. You do not stay in this room for the view, but for the easy access you have to the parks. So again, as you can see, it does provide some some privacy from the foliage. So again, in the garden view category, the two I would recommend is Niue and Rarotonga. And now we're looking at the garden view 1 king bed. And as you can see, these are the buildings that have the king bed. So again, of these 3, I would recommend Niue and Rarotonga. Obviously, you're going to see there's not many rooms. So this one only has 1 on the ground floor. Let's look on floor 2. There's none. So in this building, there is only 1. So I think it just depends, as I've said in other videos, if you're looking to get a king bed, know that you may end up in a building that you're not specific. Now in this building, there's a lot more selection. So, here it seems that there's a lot more selection on the first floor that have the king bed. Let's look on nothing on floor 2. And a couple on floor 3. So just know that you're probably, if you're requesting and you want to be in this area and you're requesting a king bed, more likely than not, you're going to end up on a ground floor room. So if you're requesting a king bed, just be prepared that you're probably going to end up in a ground floor room. And well, let's just look at the other building. Well, I don't recommend Fiji. There's, let's see, 4 rooms on the first floor. Let's look on the second floor. There are none. And on the third floor, there's 4. So again, of all 3 buildings, there's only 7 rooms that have a king bed that are on the third floor. So just keep that in mind. Now we're moving on to the pool or marina view, and there are no king beds in this category. So there is only, as you can see here, it's only 2 queen beds in this category, and that is reflective also on the Disney website. So here you have it. There is 4 buildings that have this view. The least desirable, I again would say, would be Fiji. So I think any buildings on these 3 right here are the least desirable just because they're just farther away. Tuvalu and Fiji are the least desirable in this category. So obviously these are all facing the marina. They're really pretty, facing the marina. You're going to have a beautiful view. But again, just not very convenient. Now, if you do like a view, let's go up to floor 3 and see if we can see a view there. And, it's a really nice view of the marina, but that's not the best view in this category. Let's look at the other side here. And yes, so this is the other side of the marina. It's you could do some good people watching, but you'd be very close. So Trader Sam's is right in there. So keep in mind, you'd be very close to Trader Sam's. So if that's a priority, then maybe this is the building for you. But otherwise, I think that's probably the least desirable. Now, the other 2, Niue and Rarotonga, those are also very, great rooms. But obviously, there's a lot of standard in this room. Very convenient to the Great Ceremonial House and the pool. So obviously that is the Oasis pool right there. But let's go look back at, so obviously for Rarotonga, this side is going to be the pool view. But again, it's not really that great of a view. And Niue, there's only a couple. So it's only these 2 rooms on this side. So, it's nice. It's very close, convenient to the quiet pool. But the best building, and this building is entirely pool or marina view, is Samoa. This is by far the best building, and this would be where I would request myself. Now, as I've stated, we always love being on the ground floor just for convenience, and we would probably do the same here. You'll see here you have the main pool right here, the quiet pool, so you have great proximity. But let me show you, I think, if you are someone who loves views and loves to sit on your balcony, this is the room I would request. And it is 3610, and you're right on the edge of the building. You have a beautiful view. There's the kids' splash pad. There's the main pool. There is Grand Floridian. You have the marina. You probably aren't going to see fireworks from here because I believe another building is blocking you. But you still have just a great view. You can see the Grand Floridian. I believe that's the gym right there. I could be wrong. Let's see right here. Another view of the Grand Floridian. And just spectacular. And one of the things I love about this is if you're going to the marina and let's say you're going to Magic Kingdom, you could kind of look out your window and wait until the boat gets there. So you can see, oh, the boat's leaving Grand Floridian. You see the boat, you know that you need to run down and get to the marina to catch the boat. So sometimes that's very convenient. We had a room very similar at Boardwalk, and we were able to time so we didn't have to wait at the marina for very long. So that's very, very convenient. And just, I think this is a great view. So now personally, I would probably request that same room on the first floor because we like convenience. I think, that's personally us. I think being on this side is a great side because you're going to have access to the main pool. Now, if you want something more low key, maybe you're concerned about kids yelling and screaming, then maybe you want to be on the side with the 11 to 18, which is the side of the Oasis pool here. So that will give you a little bit quieter. There is a grill here. There is also quick service here as well for drinks, I believe. So very, very easy access to both on either side. So keep that in mind. So in the pool and marina view category, I absolutely would request building Samoa, so building 6. And then I would request personally the side of the north side of the building. So 10 and 11, but I would recommend 10. So on the side of 1 through 10, but 10 being the best room. But I think anything on this side would be what I would recommend. So just kind of look at the whole building, it would be on this side, just very easy access, but I think any room in that building is going to be perfect. Next up is the Lagoon 2 queen beds category, and this again does not have any king beds, so it is just Lagoon 2 queen beds. And one thing I will say is in this category, this is probably the least desirable category. I think if you book standard, you're not getting a view, but you're getting to stay at the Polynesian, and you're really going to get a great location. This is, and then the same with pool or marina, you could get a great location in regards to the pool. This is kind of like a tease because you're getting a lagoon view, but it's kind of a tease and you might possibly get a theme park view. So I think if you're going to splurge on a view, either get pool or marina or go for theme park. But if you're trying to save money, then just go for standard. So that's my personal, advice here. But if you do get a lagoon view, so let's just look at here. You'll see our Taroa. This is obviously ground floor. You can see here, it's on the end and you can see the castle in the distance. So it's kind of far in the distance. Not a bad view. But you can see the lagoon, it's not like it's right outside. So it's quite a bit of a far. So keep that in mind. And that's one of the reasons why personally I would not. But as far as location, this obviously is going to have a more central location. Now, Tuvalu is right on the water. So obviously you have here, now these I believe are considered theme park. So these are just going to be a little bit blocked, so you really don't have the theme park because you have this island that's blocking it. So I would request, if you do get Lagoon View, then I would request the Tuvalu building because you're going to be right kind of close and you'll probably be able to see theme park view, and then also maybe see a little bit of the castle. So yeah, so there you can see, well, I think that's the crane, but you'll probably be able to see some fireworks on this building. So if you do book Lagoon View, then I would definitely ask for the Tuvalu building. And I think the third floor is all theme park. Yes, that's all theme park. So if you do book Lagoon View, I would request the Tuvalu building just because it's going to give you more of the building, the more of a lagoon view, whereas this one is going to be more central and you'll have the lagoon view, but it's going to be more in the distance. Next up, we have the theme park view category. And again, there's no king beds in this category. So as you can see, it's the same two buildings. So again, if you are booking the theme park view category, I highly recommend Tuvalu because in this building right here, this is ground floor. So if you're going to pick the theme park view, you're obviously going to want to be on at least the third floor. But see there, I mean, you can definitely see the castle. You can definitely probably see the fireworks, but it is a little bit further off in the distance. So keep that in mind. Whereas Tuvalu is just a little bit closer. It's going to be this building right here. So, and again, you could end up on the first floor, which, yeah, you can see the theme park, but it's really not going to be that great view. Now, personally, we love being on the ground floor, but not if I'm paying for a theme park view. So I would absolutely request the Tuvalu building, and let's go back to it. So this is ground floor. So ground floor wouldn't be as bad because you're not going to have as much blocking it. So very great. But let's go up to the third floor, and you're going to have better views from the third floor. So if you're requesting, so obviously that whole floor is theme park view. I always love to be on the end personally, just very, very convenient. Obviously beautiful pictures here. This person has some great pictures. Beautiful pictures of Bay Lake and the theme park view. You can watch the boats go by. This person said, we stayed in this room in November 2018 and absolutely loved it. Great views of Cinderella Castle, which looks a lot closer than the pics show. The fireworks and the lagoon parade every night. Super comfortable beds and Hollywood style mirrors and lighting in the bathroom. If you're in the room during the luau next door, it can be nosy, but most of our group stayed in the parks late enough that it wasn't an issue. The horns from the water taxis are more like train song from a distance, so also not a big factor for us. Would definitely stay at the Polynesian again and request any room in Tuvalu. So again, that kind of goes to what I said is, I think if you're going to book this category or even Lagoon View, then you want to request Building 4 Tuvalu. Okay, the next couple room categories we're just going to go over very briefly, and that is the 1-bedroom suites, the Ambassador Vice Presidential Suite, and the King, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that suite. So there you go. If you want to try to pronounce it, go for it. And I'm just going to go over them really quick because they're all in the same building. It is Tonga. Now, if you look at touring plans right now, it doesn't even have 1 bedroom, but it does have the Princess Suite, Princess 1 and Princess 2. I believe these are the 1 bedrooms. The Ambassador 1 and Ambassador 2 are probably the Vice Presidential Suite. And then obviously the King Suite. They are all in this Tonga building. If anything changes, I will put it in the description box below or in the comments. So please check the comment section. As you can see, this building is only 2 floors. There are no pictures right now for these buildings, even on the website. So I believe these rooms are probably getting complete overhauls. But just know that if you do book these suites, one, you're probably not watching this video. But if you happen to be watching this video, you are going to be in the Tonga building, which is obviously a great location because you're literally right next to the Grand Ceremonial House. Now we're going to go over all the club level rooms, and all the club level rooms are in the Hawaii building. So we're going to start with the Garden View 2 queen beds. Again, there's no king beds in this category. And as you can see, they're all on the back side. So obviously this is going to be the Marina. You have the concierge desk on floor 1. On floor 2, again, all the rooms 19 through 34 are on the Garden View, and you have the lounge. And then on floor 3, the same thing, 19 through 34 are all Garden View, and you have the upper lounge. So personally, I would probably want to be on floors 2 or 3 to be close to the lounge. Probably floor 2 personally, because if you're playing for concierge, you could have that easy access to the lounge. I think that's great. Obviously if you're on the second floor, you have easy access. And then here also, one of the things that we always did is when we stayed at the Polynesian on the DVC side, we were on the second floor and we took the stairs a lot. It was very, very easy to take the stairs. That made it also very convenient as well. So keep in mind, the view is nice. The view is pretty much of the pool. So obviously on this side, you're going to have, the pool. So it's not a bad view, but obviously it's the proximity to the lounge. Now, the other two categories in this building, the first one is the Lagoon View. So obviously you're going to save a little bit of money by booking this and not the theme park view. And they're kind of sporadic. So obviously they're going to be rooms that maybe have a partial view of theme park. Let's see here. So obviously this one's blocked a little bit by the bungalows. But if you look at this picture, you still can see some fireworks. So obviously a great location right on the beach. So it's a beautiful, you can see the castle in the distance. Let's look at these rooms right here. These are obviously the first floor. So there is some obstruction, but you can see it. Now, if you go a little higher, let's look on floor 2. I would at least want to be on floor 2 in this category. Obviously, great proximity to the lounge, and then you'd be a little bit above and you can see the castle from here. Somebody did put, we just got home from 5 days in this room. It was a great room. We were a little nervous with how close it was to the club lounge, but that was never an issue. I have no idea how or why this is considered a lagoon view and not a theme park view. Great view of the castle and Space Mountain. We were able to watch the fireworks and the electrical water parade from the room. Only negative as far as we could see was not having a balcony. So beautiful information about this room, and this is 2503. So right on the edge, very close to the lounge, so great. And then obviously if you get a little higher, let's see, there's only 2 rooms. So this is going to be the same room. Obviously a great view here in this room. So if you are booking a lagoon view, I would try and get on the 3rd floor, just because, you know, the higher you are, the more likelihood you'll be able to see fireworks once they return. But know that you'll probably end up either on the 2nd floor. But, you know, I would definitely try for one of these 2 rooms here. And now we're looking at theme park view, club level, and let's see. So there's quite a few on the 1st floor. This is where I would say I love being on the 1st floor, but this is where I would say do not try and be on the 1st floor, because you're going to have a lot of the view blocked by the bungalows. So this is where I was going to say request the 3rd floor. I think any one of those rooms, obviously there's a couple. These 2 are going to be close to the lounge. You know, you're on, it's not too it's the upper lounge, so it should be pretty quiet, but you should have a spectacular view. I would try and get on the 3rd floor. 2nd floor is going to be a couple more rooms here. It just depends. Just this would be proximity, obviously really close proximity to the lounge. That could be great for you, or maybe that's not something you want. But I would definitely, if you're booking a theme park club level room, definitely try and get on the 3rd floor. And the last room in the club level category is back in the Tonga room, and that is the Honeymoon room. This room is 1 king bed. It has views of the marina, and it only sleeps 2 adults, hence the Honeymoon room. And as you can see, it is on the 1st floor, so it is a view of the marina. This is a room from a different room, but you know, it's going to be a marina view, but obviously very central location. If you look at the building, it's going to be right on this corner right here. So great location, only 1 room, so you don't really get a choice. So now I'm at my dashboard, and I'm going to show you how to make your room request using touringplans.com. So this is my dashboard. I've already created a trip where I am staying at the Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, and I'm going to click here to request room, and that is going to bring me back to the map we were just at. So I am going to say, let's say we booked a let's say pool or marina view. So I'm going to put that, and I'm going to show matching rooms, and it's going to pull up the buildings that are marked. It's going to show Samoa, and that's where I said I'd want to be. And I obviously want to be on this room right here, which was right on the end. I believe it was 1610. Yes, that's the room we want. So if you see at the top, it says click here to make a request for this room. I'm going to click here, and that is going to bring me back to my dashboard. And now it says requesting room 1610. You're not done. Okay, so just because that's requesting, but we have not configured the room request. So I'm going to click this. That's going to pop up. There's my name, my fake reservation number, my fake email, and it's going to say Building Samoa, west facing room, example, and then it's going to list all those. Don't change that. That is there for a reason. That is something that room assigners use and is going to help them pick your room. So I'm going to put here, my first choice is Samoa building, and the next would be 2 ground floor. So now they know that my first choice is being in the Samoa building and my second choice is to be on the ground floor. And I'm going to save. And now 30 days, we will attempt to send this room request starting 30 days prior to your check-in date. And that's it. That's how you make a request. And those are my best and worst rooms at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort.
So there you have it. Those are my best and worst rooms at Disney's Polynesian Resort. And again, as I always say in all these videos, make sure you use touring plans. Yes, you can make a room request through My Disney Experience, but it's only going to give you limited options. At using touring plans, you can request the exact room that you want, and then you can put in the description box what it is you're looking for. It helps, to kind of give an idea. I want a king bed. That takes precedence over everything. Or we want a ground floor. That takes precedence over everything. So give an idea so that if a room assigner, the room that specific room you want is not available, they know what to go off. That's not something that they're going to get from My Disney Experience. The annual subscription is only $18. I do not get any cut. This is not a sponsored video. I am just a huge fan of the service. It is going to make your life and your Disney trip so much better. I've referred it to other people. I actually had a friend last week that went to Caribbean Beach. She signed up, she used the service, she got the room she wanted, was one of the rooms I recommended. She texted me and she goes, "Oh my God, this room is perfect." And it was very convenient. It was right next to the Skyliner station, or the Riviera Skyliner station. They were able to walk to Riviera. So I was actually really excited that, a friend said your video was awesome. It helped us. We signed up for the service and it was great. So with that, if you like this video, click like, click and subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. And if you're interested in any specific Disney content, leave a comment below because I'm always looking for new ideas or different topics to cover. I'm slowly getting through these best and worst series because as resorts are opening, but I'm looking for new content. So if there's topics you want me to cover, put it in the description box below. And with that, bye everyone.